want to thank the Vermont Futures Project for really planning this 8 weeks and more um, time for Vermont to really reflect and think about what matters now and what needs to be done. I came to, again, I am Joel Dore, and I'm the executive director of the Sudanese Foundation of Vermont. It's a new foundation established in 2016. And the primary goal of the foundation is to be a tool to really articulate some of the issues that immigrants, particularly from Sudan and many others, right, that came from Asia and Africa, particularly, to to present those ideas about some of the unique challenges they face at work and settling in as they call this wonderful state their home.
You said to me that Vermont is your home and one of your only home. And for me, I would say the same thing, but my story is very different than your story. And I'm wondering if you could reflect and share with us a little bit about that story for you. And then we'll talk about the future of the next generation that you just referred to. Could you share a little bit of that story?
Absolutely. So I came to the state in the summer of 2007. Like many other immigrants who came to America, education is like the number one mission, right? Is their top things on their mission here in the United States. And so for me, it was the same, right? So I went to school. I went to University of Vermont, did economics there, graduated in 2011. So you can kind of see the rush, right? The rush to go to school, the rush to get, to get the degree and settle, right? Get work and do other things. So that was my mission. It was the most important things to do, to go to school, because when you come to America, every single person, right? Every single person will tell you, right? This country, you will not go anywhere without education.
It seems as though you personally, but in the Sudanese Foundation, is so future focused. And from that short time frame that you arrived to through your education, it seemed as though you were always moving to the future, and that's pretty profound. And I said to you, Joel, our aspirational goal is to have a future economy in Vermont that's thriving and growing. And you stopped and said, Lori, I have a question for you. A growing and thriving for who? And I just stopped and I said, well, tell me more. And I would love you to expand on that. Could you expand on that statement, a growing an economy for who? What do you mean by that?
We have to do more, right? We have to do more as a state at different front. If we really want to make sure that an economy is working for all people in our state, we have to see whether paying people decent wages, right? Wages that can support them to pay for their rent, to live here, to buy a house, to save for their kid, right? If we can do that for everyone, then we have a meaningful economy.
What would you hope that you see in front of you when you're thinking about Vermont's economy for all? It's a big question, but what first comes to mind in 10 years? What do you hope to see?
Thank you again, Lori, for that excellent question. In 10 years, I would love to see everything that I just talked about, real practical improvement made in the next 10 years. So in 10 years from now, I would love our state to welcome more people from, globally. I know that there are people waiting in line to come to the United States. Some people have been approved to come to the United States. Let us be ready to welcome them so they begin their new lives here and be part of this important state.